British education system is one of the best in the world. These days it offers a variety of vocational studies, and this is becoming more popular with more young people undertaking apprenticeships and other alternative routes. Many students come here to study for a variety of degrees. British education is said to be at the forefront, with more students than ever applying to university. In this documentary, we'll be explaining why people go to university and alternative routes such as apprenticeships.
Well, universities are, like every institution in the country, are going to face some tough times ahead. Universities have traditionally been subsidised considerably by the taxpayer. There was a time when there were no tuition fees, no top-up fees, nothing like that, and your university education was free.
In the past 20 years, tuition fees have risen significantly, and they're still increasing. Graduates are facing an average debt of £15,000 so far when they finish university, and recent surveys are highlighting the financial burden facing new graduates.
But of course, there has to be strict rules about who can go and who can't go. A lot of young people, unfortunately, are going to university and not really taking it seriously.
It is being met with hostility, understandably, but ultimately, they have to pay their way. And if we want to keep the UK universities especially at the forefront, as a global standard, they have to fund that somehow.
As a result, apprenticeships are becoming more popular, as they're no longer just being offered in traditional sectors. There are now more than 190 types of apprenticeships, ranging from accountancy to textiles.
The students may not be quite so academic. They may have a tendency towards the vocational side, which after all is what apprenticeships were designed for. It's those students that not only have the technical capability, but can also apply those skills in a practical manner.
Vocational education, you can call it that, apprenticeships. We are desperate for this skill set. We are desperate for it. And unfortunately, it's been neglected, heavily neglected, not only by the previous government, but by the previous governments before that.
It's unfortunate that the country successively has been run by governments where most of the MPs have gone to university and have all gone through the academic route, whereas an awful lot of the country is carried on the backs and by the hands of men and women that have gone through apprenticeships.
Many still think that apprenticeships are for people who are not academic, who failed at school or dropped out of university.
We've had such a focus on universities, such a focus on purely academic education, that we've lost track of what this country actually requires.
This is particularly true because apprenticeships result in nationally recognised qualifications, but without student debt. So, why are students opting to go to university?
To be honest, because I'll be the first in my family to go to university, and it's just something that my mum's held high regard. And I guess it's just that social stigma. If you go to university, you get a degree, then you get a good job. It's just that pathway of life.
I can say I regret, because I could save myself tens of thousands of pounds on debts and tuition debts and maintenance debts, and considering the degree didn't help me get to the position where I am today, yeah.
But I don't think that, as it stands, we're helping people leave university with a sensible amount of debt. I think that some aspects of the loan financing has got greedy, and they're taking advantage of people who are put in a position where they have no option but to secure some sort of loan, and thus they leave university with an acceptable amount of debt.
In the past 5 years, tuition fees have been steadily increasing.
Tuition fees were £2,300 per semester.
And around £3,290 a year.
We had the £3,000 odd, and now there's talk of it going up again. Ultimately, nothing in life is for free.
Due to the country's economic downfall, the government has proposed a dramatic increase in student tuition fees, where universities will now have the ability to charge up to £9,000 a year, commencing in 2011. This decision sparked mass protests attracting students from all around the country. A small minority of passionate protesters illustrated their disapproval by creating chaos in Westminster's political heartland.
So what do you make of today's happenings? I think it was a long time coming, to be honest with you, because there's just been, the people are just so unhappy with what's been going on. Students are unhappy. So many people have come here today because it's obviously, it was a long time coming.
Due to increasing tuition fees and changes in the economy, is university losing its status? Are apprenticeships taking over and becoming more appealing as an alternative route? Tune in to part 2 to find out.